Welcome back to HU 16 Live at 5. I'm Ethan Brazel, and joining us here today is Dr. Bruce McClarty. Dr. McClarty, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Ethan. Good to be with you again.
Excellent, excellent. Well, we have had a busy last several days here on campus, and we just got wrapped up with Harding University's homecoming weekend. Dr. McClarty, would you like to kind of recap a little of what homecoming was like for Harding?
Okay, it's got to be a little because homecoming week is the craziest week of the whole year. There's just so much that goes on with that. And so there are huge events like black and gold. If I only talked about one thing, it might be black and gold. Or maybe if I only talked about one thing, it might be the alumni chapel or the president's council that met. Or it might be the dedication of the indoor football facility or the homecoming game and the crowning of the queen. And in the middle of it all, we won a soccer game here at home and a volleyball game at home, and just so much good stuff going on. The best part of it all is people coming back to campus, and a lot of times it's people who haven't been here in a number of years, but people coming back to campus and just expressing their love for this place and what it did for them, and their pride in being Harding alumni. It's been a wonderful, wonderful time together.
Certainly it was an exciting and packed weekend, but if that wasn't enough, heading into this week, we are now in the middle of Club Week.
Right.
If a person has never heard of Harding University's Club Week before, how would you describe what a normal Club Week's like?
I would never use the word normal and Club Week in the same sentence, but it's high energy. It's people meeting people as fast as they can and learning each other, and just a lot of activities. A lot of energy goes into it, and a lot of that says toward the end of the week a lot of weariness because of that. For me, the two events had a perfect segue, because at the end of homecoming week, after the football game, my wife and I hosted our clubs in our home, and we had about 60 people for a sit-down meal at the house that evening. They didn't leave till about 11 o'clock. I was toast by the time all of that was done, but it was people who had been around our time, that it's like 40 years later, and you come back and you pick up almost in mid-sentence because of the things that you did when you were in school here together and all. And it was a reminder that club is a great part of Harding University. And something like, I think it's 67% of the Harding student body, the undergraduate student body, is in a club.
Wow.
And so it's a big part of campus life and has been historically.
Wow.
So for the people who are in it this week, I would say get some rest and soak up the joy, and don't let it stress you out.
Right, and like you mentioned, this week is a time where you're planting seeds for the future.
Right.
And one day you'll be able to pick up those relationships just like you did.
Right.
Well, once Club Week's over, starting next week, we'll be having an ASI speaker, Liz Murray, stopping by. Could you plug a little bit about what she's going to be talking about?
Well, I'm going to read her book
Okay.
between now and before she gets here and all. But the book that's From Homeless to Harvard, and it's a success story and someone who's overcome an incredible amount of obstacles in her life, and I so look forward to her being here. She is, I've heard a number of people say, most inspiring speaker they have ever heard. So I'm hoping that by my becoming more aware of it and being able to talk more intelligently about it before Monday, I hope we can get everybody on board and realize this is something really special that's going to happen Monday night. Make sure and not miss it.
Wow, we definitely had an exciting weekend. We've had an incredible week with Club Week, and stuff to look forward to next week. Dr. McClarty, thank you so much for stopping in.